Welcome back to the channel. Today we take a comprehensive deep dive into Onyxcoin, XCN, a digital asset that's been quietly building its foundation, gathering momentum, and slowly pushing its way up the rankings in a crowded and competitive crypto landscape. With fresh data highlighting spikes in trading volume, a significant spread between its all-time high and low, and a market position that places it in the heart of the altcoin ecosystem, XCN is one of those tokens that often flies under the radar, but carries the potential to surprise. Whether you're an experienced investor scanning for the next breakout coin, or a new entrant to the crypto space, curious about which projects deserve your attention, understanding the key metrics behind Onyxcoin can help you make better-informed cost decisions. Let's begin by unpacking one of the most telling metrics in any cryptocurrency's performance profile: its daily trading volume. In the past 24 hours, Onyxcoin has seen its trading volume surge to approximately $34.76 million, marking a robust 61.30% increase from the day before. That's not just a spike on a screen, it's an indication of rising market activity, renewed investor interest, and quite possibly the early signs of a price reversal or accumulation phase. Trading volume, while often overlooked, is one of the most critical signals in determining the strength of a coin's momentum. It shows how frequently a token is being bought and sold and reflects the liquidity available in the market. Higher liquidity generally translates to tighter spreads, reduced slippage, and better trade execution, making it attractive not just to retail participants but also to institutional players looking for sizable entries or exits. What makes this increase in trading volume even more significant is its timing. In a market that often sees tokens struggle for attention amid meme coins and hype-driven projects, a volume spike of over 60% hints at either growing confidence among existing holders or a wave of new entrants eyeing potential gains. More importantly, this uptick has earned Onyxcoin a place among top volume gainers, a list closely watched by traders who follow volume trends as an early indicator of price breakouts. It's this kind of movement that puts XCN on the map, not just in terms of raw data, but in shaping sentiment around the project. Now let's zoom out from the short term and look at the long-term price extremes that define Onyxcoin's journey so far. XCN's all-time high stands at 1841, a figure it achieved during a previous market peak that likely reflected a combination of investor optimism, network expansion, and bullish sector-wide sentiment. In contrast, its all-time low was recorded at 0705, a level so low it's easy to miss on a chart, but essential to understanding the token's resilience and growth since its inception. Today, XCN trades at a price that is approximately 89.86% below its all-time high, a stat that may initially appear concerning. But in crypto, that discount often attracts rather than repels savvy investors. It represents not just a drop, but a potential value zone, a place where price and long-term potential can align for those willing to play the long game. More importantly, even though the token is trading well below its peak, it is still up an astonishing 2,546.71% from its all-time low. This kind of recovery shows that the token has survived periods of extreme volatility and has emerged with a higher floor than where it began, a trait that many successful cryptocurrencies share. For investors who got in early, this journey has been rewarding. For those just now learning about XCN, it illustrates a track record of resilience and reaccumulation that could become the foundation for future price rallies. Let's now take a look at the market cap, which provides the Onyxcoin's valuation. As of today, Onyxcoin has a market capitalization of $626.26 million, placing it at rank number 146 among all cryptocurrencies. While it's not yet in the top 100, this ranking is more promising than it seems. Tokens in this range are often described as mid-cap assets, mature enough to offer some degree of stability but still nimble, and undervalued enough to deliver substantial upside during bullish phases. A mid-cap status like this tells us that XCN is not a mere speculative gamble. It's a project with enough traction and capital behind it to potentially transition into a heavyweight, given the right catalysts. This market cap is calculated based on XCN's current circulating supply, which sits at roughly 34 billion tokens. That might sound like a huge number, but in crypto, supply scales are diverse, and what matters is how that supply is managed over time. Scarcity can drive price action, but so can demand, use case, and ecosystem growth. In XCN's case, its tokenomics are designed to power a full-scale decentralized platform, and if adoption continues to rise, the large supply could be absorbed naturally through staking, governance participation, or dApp usage. Another useful valuation metric to consider is the fully diluted valuation (FDV), which looks at what the market cap would be if all tokens were released into circulation. For Onyxcoin, the FDV is currently sitting at approximately $902.21 million. That's a sizable increase over the current market cap and tells us that there are still about 14 billion XCN tokens yet to be released. This gap matters because it gives us insight into the project's future inflationary pressure. If the team behind XCN were to flood the market with the remaining supply too quickly, it could lead to price suppression. However, if token releases are tied to ecosystem development, staking rewards, or long-term incentive programs, the FDV becomes less of a red flag and more of a growth ceiling. The key takeaway here is that Onyxcoin has room to expand, but that expansion needs to be handled strategically. Many successful projects use phased token unlocks, vesting schedules, and community grants to ensure that market trust is maintained even as new supply enters the ecosystem. If XCN continues down a similar path, its FDV could simply represent the future scale of the platform rather than an immediate threat to price stability. Of course, metrics alone don't tell the whole story. Performance over time, especially relative to the broader market, paints a clearer picture of how the token is perceived. Over the past 7 days, Onyxcoin has declined by 6.90%, showing short-term weakness at a time when the overall cryptocurrency market has risen by 3.40%. To add another layer of context, other tokens in the smart contract platform category where XCN is grouped have seen an average gain of 2.80% during the same time frame. So what does this underperformance mean? Onyxcoin is a project with considerable scale and strategic potential. Despite being nearly 90% down from its all-time high, it remains one of the more closely watched mid-cap tokens, thanks to its volume surges, ongoing developer efforts, and stable supply dynamics. The combination of increased trading volume, healthy market cap positioning, and MetaMask integration gives it enough traction to be taken seriously, not just as a short-term trade, but possibly as a long-term ecosystem play. While recent underperformance compared to the broader market might give some investors pause, others see it as a rare discount in an otherwise overbought sector. Or those who are in the game for the long haul, Onyxcoin presents an interesting blend of risk and opportunity. As with any investment, the key is to stay informed, do your own research, and remain vigilant for key updates and market shifts. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown of Onyxcoin helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below letting us know your thoughts. Are you bullish on XCN? Do you see it as undervalued? Or are you waiting for more signs before jumping in? Stay tuned for more deep dives, market analysis, and crypto commentary delivered daily. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and above all, stay crypto smart.